Anxiety is a normal and common part of childhood. In most cases, anxiety for most children is temporary and may be triggered by a specific event.
So, big question is, how can parents help your child out? Board certified behavior analyst Crystal Henderson is here to answer that question and much more. Welcome back.
Yes, good morning.
So, I guess let's just start with this. How pervasive is anxiety in kids these days?
It's more pervasive than it's ever been. Our kids have a lot more exposure to things that we didn't have, such as social media and such as bullying, and all that is much more prevalent than it was when we were younger, back before all the social media stuff had come out and the texting and all that. There's much more ongoing of social pressures to fit in and to have the latest electronics or whatever it may be. So there's just a lot more pressures for our kiddos just due to constantly being connected on some level. So
is that where most of the anxiety is coming from then? Or is it also coming from, I mean, everyone's starting school now and there's
yes.
a lot more being demanded of them.
So most children, I mean, anxiety is just around a specific event. So like you mentioned, so just 2 weeks ago, tons of kids are starting school. So yeah, that's new or different. They may be starting school new for the first time going, or they may be transitioning from middle school to high school, or high school to college, or even college being out on your own. I mean, those are all big changes. And a lot of times those specific events are anything new or different that we're trying. And it could be, simply this year they're trying a new activity. They may be starting sports. So it's new, and you have those natural butterflies in your stomach, and you may even feel slightly nauseous. And that's okay. And I think letting your kids know that that's okay and that's a natural part, as well as look at all the other kids that are probably feeling the exact same way you are. And a lot of times we come across by telling our kids that, oh, it'll be okay, or there's no monsters under your bed, go to bed, which doesn't help with the fear. It doesn't really help them with, how do I tackle this? Like, is this feeling okay? Like, my heart's racing, my tummy feels funny. So part of that is help identifying that with them and letting them know that it's okay to feel this way. And these are some of the physical symptoms you may feel, and this is normal. Because I think some kids, by us not labeling that, they don't think it's normal, and they don't know or understand that, oh yeah, right, my other people going to school for the first time or starting a sports or starting a new instrument or whatever, right, they may be having all these same feelings. It's not just me alone. And so one of the first steps to think about if you start seeing some anxiety type behaviors in your child, which can be from complaining of a stomach ache or headache, or flat out verbally telling you, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go, or expressing exactly, I'm scared, I'm worried about this, which is great because that gives you a lead in right away to what's going on. And some of our kids may completely kind of shut down, meaning they may become more quiet, they may not make eye contact. So those are all cues to look into when you see some type of change, and or they may engage in some of those repetitive behaviors like hair twirling, or sticking their hands in their mouths or covering their faces, are all indicators too. So if you're not necessarily getting that verbal of like, I'm scared, I'm worried, I don't want to do this, look for those other actions and behaviors that your child may be engaging in to help lead them into that, it's okay to feel this way.
So the big question then is, do you help them? And we'll talk about that right after this.